One of my favorite franchises ever made is Pirates of the Caribbean. I've watched the original trilogy about a dozen times, and I recently rewatched the entire series. I was waiting with doing a ranking until the next one comes out, but since that won't happen soon, I'll do it now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and now we can start with the only right Pirates of the Caribbean ranking. This movie pisses me the fuck off. Before this movie came out, they were all like, Orlando Bloom is back, but they forgot to mention for only two scenes. This time, Jack is joined by Will's son and Barbossa's daughter to go look for a trident that can cure all curses of the sea. They are chased by Captain Salazar and his ghost ship, played by Javier Bardem. Why did nobody tell him that his voice was fucking stupid? It is so bad. Half of the time, I do not understand what he is saying. So, Salazar lost a battle from Jack in the past, so he was like stuck in limbo, and he only got out because Jack gave away his compass. Only Jack has given his compass away like a dozen times. It was a MacGuffin in the second and third movie, so why didn't Salazar get released from limbo then? But this isn't what pisses me off most. In the end, the trident is used to clear all curses, also releasing Will from the Dutchman. Only the Dutchman wasn't a curse, it's a job, leading Sol safely to the afterlife, but fine. It undoes the romantic ending of At World's End. Will and Elizabeth longing for each other, but only able to see each other every 10 years. It was so poetic, and this movie ruined it. Also, the post-credit scene hints at Davy Jones being alive and doing everything from the second and third movie. Is there nothing I like about this movie? Well, I like the reveal of Barbossa having a daughter and him sacrificing himself for her, but that's not enough to save this unfunny embarrassment of a movie. To be clear, this is not a great movie, but as Pirates fan fiction, it's fine. Firstly, the Fountain of Youth is set up at the ending of the third movie, so that's fine, it works. Also, I like that this movie has clear goals. Get the chalices, get the mermaid, find the fountain. It is probably the most straightforward plot of this franchise. Blackbeard is fine and also Angelica fits well. But I feel like the magic is gone here. There are a lot of problems with the plot. Like, why are the Spanish here? We already have Blackbeard and Barbossa racing for the fountain. A third party doesn't add anything. In the beginning of the movie, people are faked by a fake Jack. Like, Jack is a pirate lord who fought in the most important pirate battle ever. I think people would remember the real Jack. Oh, and also, Jack and Blackbeard are ahead of Barbossa the entire time, but still Barbossa reaches the chalices earlier. Like, how? Like I said, it's watchable, but far from the greatest of the original trilogy. At World End is a great ending to the trilogy, but I also think it bit off a bit more than it could chew. First things first, I still hate the Will and Elizabeth fighting. It has never worked for me. Also, Tia Dama slash Calypso is way too underdeveloped. Her backstory is crucial, but we learn too little about it. She's a god, and in the final battle, she creates a storm. That's it. The bootstrap amnesia plotline could have been scrapped because it's always not really interesting. I have one big complaint, and that's that there are way too many double crosses in this movie. At points, it is impossible to follow who's on whose side. All that said, I fucking love this movie. I really like the reveal of whoever kills Davy Jones has to take its place. It changes just enough to keep the movie interesting. I also like Norton picking a side even though it kills him, and this movie is just really funny. The final hour of this movie is better than Avengers Endgame. I think the Pirate Council is a great addition to the lore, and the final battle is just so damn entertaining. You have no clue how it will end, and seeing Jack put aside his selfishness is amazing. And then we have the end of the movie with the romantic poetry of Will and Elizabeth. That scene is fueled by the amazing score of Hans Zimmer. That makes me wish that this was the ending of the franchise. This is how you do a sequel. It expands the world and is a logical continuation of where the last movie left off. Of course, Will and Elizabeth get in trouble for helping Jack, that's what would happen in real life. Jack making a deal with Jones to get what he wants makes sense. And can we just talk about Davy Jones? Because damn, that CGI looks great. I would argue that it looks better than 99% of the CGI coming out today. What I love about this movie is that everyone has different goals, but it is easy to follow. This all leads to an amazing scene on the island where everybody is trying to get to the chest, and that is followed by a Kraken battle. Like, these are two of the best scenes in the entire franchise. For the longest time, I had this as my favorite in the franchise, but I have to admit the cannibals are not okay, and I never liked the flirting between Elizabeth and Jack. But besides that, this is a great movie. They just don't make them like this one anymore. This is an epic story with great characters that is just so fucking fun. Tell me, when was the last time a movie like this got nominated for 5 Oscars? Johnny Depp was born to play Sparrow. Sparrow is crazy enough to get away with stuff, and throughout the movie you really don't know whose side he is on. We also have the story of Will and Elizabeth that's just great. This movie has the perfect balance between being funny and being creepy. It gives you a rush from beginning to end and absolutely holds up 2 decades later. If you haven't watched it, please do, it's great. Well, this was a boring ranking, straight up in order. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week with another video.